Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of October 31st. A very happy Halloween to you, Sagittarius. We're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different here, and we're going to go ahead and get one card as your overall message to start off. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not. And also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, so as your card here for the overall situation, you do have the Ten of Swords showing up. So, you know, tarot, the thing that I love about tarot is it's up for interpretation, right? And as you know, if you watch my readings before this video, if you have not, if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking it out. But if you've watched my readings before, you know that I like to take a positive spin on the cards to the best of my ability. And the thing about the Ten of Swords is obviously this person's on the floor, they're on the ground, they're defeated, right? And so, you know, to not sugarcoat it, the Ten of Swords is absolutely an ending. It can be a bit of a painful ending. However, there's a flip side to that, which is this person is being released from something that no longer serves them. It says that the worst is behind you and that there's new hope on the horizon. Ten of Swords is a completion or an ending in your life. So we have something ending here in the overall situation. Let's go ahead and let's see what's been going on here for you. So let's get 3 cards for the past. Okay, so you have the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups. Can we get one more card here? Can we get one more card? And the Judgment card. Okay, wow. So I'm getting chills for you. This happens when I do these readings where I'm channeling more. Also, if you're a regular viewer, just let me know what you think about this type of reading. Starting to like this format quite a bit. So the Judgment card, you know, this is really giving me chills here. And I think it's because there's something connected to Pluto here going on for you. This is an energy, Judgment card is Pluto energy. And, you know, Pluto is a slow-moving planet. It brings about dramatic changes. We're also in Scorpio season. Scorpio is Plutonic. And, you know, with this Judgment energy here, whatever the astrology is, let's just put that on the side for right now. The Judgment card talks about needing to evaluate yourself and take an honest, stern look at what's happening in your life at this moment. You know, what routines do you have? For whatever reason, I think some of you are dealing with something about routines. Also, we have this eclipse, and which is Scorpio new moon, solar eclipse on the 25th. Let me see here. This will, I believe this video will be released on the Scorpio new moon solar eclipse, so that's pretty incredible as well. But these eclipse energies are big, and I think as a part of these energies, you're going to be taking a look at your routines. I'm cheating a little bit here because I'm a Sagittarius rising, so I will say that if you're a Sagittarius rising, it's likely that this eclipse will be in your 12th house. It depends on what house system you use and a whole bunch of other things, but it's likely that this will be in your 12th house, if not your 11th house. But this is about your routines, okay? This is about your routines here in the past. Some of you, with this Judgment card and the Seven of Cups, have been overwhelmed because there has been a lack of structure. There's been a lack of routine here in the past, and I think Spirit wants you to know here, the Spirit has been wanting you to evaluate yourself in an honest way. And if there's something that you know you need to change about your day-to-day or your daily habits or your daily routines, like this needs to change, okay? You have the Knight of Cups, which is about potentially a really happy event arriving. It can be a love situation as well. So if this is not about your love routines, and also, this is not about your routines, you know, let's say you're not a Sagittarius rising, or you're just not resonating with this idea of routines right now. You know, Some of you, I think, are taking a look at what love is for you here recently. You've been thinking about, like, okay, you've been reflecting on love, you've been reflecting on what you want in love. Can we get a clarification here on the Knight of Cups? Can we get a clarification here on the Knight of Cups? Ace of Pentacles. So there could be somebody that you've met recently, maybe an earth sign, but this person, you certainly could have met somebody here recently, I think, for some of you. Yeah, you have the Page of Cups clarifying the Seven of Cups. And can we also clarify the Judgment card? Four of Cups. And yes, so this is all syncing up. So these are the two timelines that I'm looking at here, which is some of you, I think, have come to new understandings in what it is that you're looking for in love and romance. And, I think if that... and you're a little bit overwhelmed about your love situation here with the Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. It's possible, and I'm saying this for real, that it's possible that some of you have been overwhelmed by the amount of interest that you've been getting, because the Seven of Cups is like a lot of people. With the Seven of Cups with the Page of Cups would indicate a lot of people or a lot of invitations or a lot of offers in life. And some of you may be overwhelmed because you have maybe you downloaded a dating app, or there's just been random people that you've met that is like you've been meeting a lot of people here. Some of you may be a little overwhelmed in the love areas of your life, and I think that this is maybe kind of forced you to think about what it is that you actually want in love, especially if you're single. For others of you, this is about your routines and how important it is for your routines, for you to have a solid routine, and how your routine affects and influences the invitations and the offers here that come in your money situation and from the universe. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, you can see the hand coming out of the cloud. The universe is offering you a new start. Page of Cups is an invitation from the universe, and this is connected to your routines in some ways, which is like you need to make sure that everything's running like a well-oiled machine here at this time. Let's go and see what is in the current situation. Can we get two cards to clarify, to talk about, to bring in the current situation? That's it right here. So you have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. My goodness. Wow. Sagittarius. Some of you here have some sleep issues right now with the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Okay, some of you have some major sleep issues here. Can we clarify this Nine of Swords? I do like that you have the Chariot here, clarifying it. I'll clarify with this deck as well, but I wanted to get one more from this Gilded Tarot. I do think that this is going to change, but it's going to be up to you here, okay? Because the Chariot is about self-discipline, and the Nine of Swords, I think some of you are dealing with like some sleep issues here. In other words, I think something's keeping you up late at night, okay? And I think that some of you are a little bit in like fear mode right now about something, but I don't know if it's fear mode, because it might be. If I'm just looking at the definition of the Nine of Swords, it would be fear mode. It'd be like you fearful of the Ten of Swords before the Ten of Swords happens. Nine of Swords into the Ten of Swords, this person's afraid of the potential of the Ten of Swords, even though the Ten of Swords hasn't come. So that's why you get fear energy. But, with this Nine of Cups, that's boredom and apathy. And there is some level of self-discipline that's showing up here in the cards. I've talked about how there's something ending here. It's like some of you are, I'm very curious to see what these clarifications are, because I think that some of you are fear casting about an ending. I also think that some of you really need to be self-disciplined at this time. The Page of Swords, be thoughtful, okay? Be thoughtful, be intelligent in the steps that you're taking. The Page of Swords is a high intelligence person. It can be disappointing news or news of delay, but I'll want to get some more clarification on that. But I think that this is more about you looking at your situation as is, in a very logical way at this time, as we have all swords cards here minus this Chariot. all swords cards here, and using logic at this time. Let's go ahead and clarify the Chariot and the Nine of Swords. We'll clarify the Chariot and the Nine of Swords here. Okay, you have the King of Wands clarifying the Chariot and the Nine of Swords. I gotta say, I was not expecting that, but that is the case sometimes. So this could be you. This is probably you, Sagittarius. I heavily associate the King of Wands with Sagittarius, but this is somebody who's, inspirational. This is somebody who's passionate. This is somebody who's really good in the areas of business, but they typically have like a fun career, or, if it's not a fun career, it's something that they're passionate about, regardless of whether it's fun or not. But this is maybe an entrepreneur. This is, somebody who's passion-led, and they're constantly inspiring others to do amazing things. But I think it could also just be referring to you, and I think this is a double confirmation here around something connected to self-discipline. Can we clarify the Ten of Swords? Hey, I know you're a Sagittarius. I know you like the blunt messages. This is the blunt message that's coming forward. Just to be totally real with you here. Okay, we're going to take this card. Queen of Pentacles. Can we get one more card to clarify this Queen of Pentacles? Two of Swords. Yeah, there might be an earth sign here. I think I said, didn't I say, yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, you might have met an earth sign. With that Queen of Pentacles, that certainly could be the case. Two of Swords, this is something that you're missing, or something that you're just not being honest with yourself about. It's a very blunt message for Sagittarius. I think uniquely gift wrapped for you here, Sagittarius. Yeah, it could also be a war of words, or it could be something, if it's not a war of words, it's just an issue with communication. When you get the Two of Swords, it might be connected to this earth sign. By default, the Queen of Pentacles asks you to be practical. If it's not a person that you're dealing with, it asks you to be practical. And again, so we have these messages here of self-discipline, of practicality, so forth and so on. And I do think that there's something connected here to you with the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups illusions. Okay, this is very 12th house. It doesn't matter if you're Sag rising or not. Now that I'm looking at this, it doesn't matter what placement your Sag is. This is 12th house stuff. You might want to you can research. It doesn't matter if you have any placements in the 12th house or not. You can research the 12th house. It is the final house in the zodiac wheel. It is hidden energy. Can we get a clarification here on the Page of Swords? Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So interesting, I like that. So we do have two aces here showing up. We have the Ace of Pentacles back here, and then we also have this Ace of Wands showing up. So Ace of Wands, King of Wands is historically my combination of being self-employed or being an entrepreneur. You might be looking to promote yourself in some ways. Nine of Wands is about perseverance. So, if there's news of delay, or if there's disappointing news that is delivered, it's not an issue, because you're clearly going to resist, any issue here with the Nine of Wands, and you're going to get to this Ace of Wands. You're going to start this new beginning. Ace of Wands is great for side hustles. It's great for physically starting something. It's great for going for something. I think, for some of you here, this might be about, okay, so the two storylines, remember that we have this situation here around your routines and your patterns, which is very important, and how that kind of affects all of your areas of life. There's also this storyline of like a love relationship and feeling overwhelmed in love. It's like some of you really want to start something with someone here, but there's if you're here for love, but there's a little bit of, it's not clear right now. Like the universe is like, well, you have to do X, Y, Z. Like there are things that you have to do, or like you have to like start getting up you have to start getting up before 9 o'clock, or like, you have to fix your sleep pattern, or you have to like, there are like things that you need to do in order for you to, in order for this to happen. And I think that this is true whether you're here for love or you're here for this business situation. I think some of you are self-employed, which I understand personally as a self-employed person, is very easy to just not fall back on your routines. It can sometimes be hard, but your routines will really save you if you're self-employed. I will impart that on you if you're thinking about going self-employed. Your routines will really save you. So let's go ahead and let's take a look here at the future. So what's in the coming forward here in the future? So you have the Sun and the Knight of Wands. Definitely like to see that. Definitely just got chills as well. This is one of these readings where I keep getting chills. Can we also get one more card? I think this is it. And the Hermit card. All right. So the Sun, the Knight of Wands, and the Hermit showing up in the future for you. So I like this because this has been quite a challenging reading, but if you're still here, here you go, right? This is what you want to see to close the reading out, because the Sun for me is the best omen in the tarot. Total success, victory, happiness, good times, good vibes, good energy. It's the happiest card to find in the tarot. It's the best card from my perspective. It's positivity, and it's also truth. It is also truth. And there is an important truth that's coming forward in this time for you. The Knight of Wands is about potentially moving or traveling. It can also be about your talents. It can say that you're a maverick in life. And the Hermit is about wisdom. It's about communing with the universe. It's about spending time to, listen to what the voice of your soul is trying to tell you, or to listen to what the universe is trying to tell you. It's also finding your guiding light, or finding your star, your guiding star in life. Let's clarify the Sun card here. So the outcome looks nice. Okay, the Sun card is the King of Pentacles. The universe is not playing around here. The King of Pentacles, if you've watched my readings before, you've heard me say, King of Pentacles is successful because they have healthy habits and solid routines, okay? They've climbed the career ladder, they're successful in the areas of finance, of business, of those areas of life, and they've done it by having a really solid routine. And I think that you're figuring this out in the future, so nothing to fear here for you. Let's clarify the Knight of Wands. Can we clarify the Knight of Wands? Okay, Six of Cups. Could be something that you're returning to from the past. This could be family. This could be an old friend. This could be an ex-relationship. This could be a past partner. This can also ask you to stop and smell the roses. It can be something that's familiar. And, it's interesting. You have this here with the Seven of Swords, which the Seven of Swords asks you to strategize. It also asks you to be careful of deception. Be careful that somebody is not deceiving you here. You have the Six of Swords with the Hermit. Can we clarify the Six of Swords? Confusing. This is a challenging reading here, but that is the case sometimes. And then the Three of Swords. Some of you are parting ways with somebody, or you're parting ways with something in your career life. Your routines are very important at this time, okay? The thing about the Seven of Swords is probably about strategy more than anything here. I would be careful of putting too much trust in a new person here with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I'm not telling you to not trust anybody, but I am saying, if there are new people coming in and you have a weird vibe about them, Three of Swords, Seven of Swords is not great for that. On the bottom, you have the Hierophant, which is about something that's traditional in life, and so this could be marriage, it could be family, it could be the place that you work. You have the Seven of Wands here on the bottom as well. Seven of Wands is about competition. I think that but it's also about standing your ground, okay? And so there is something here in the future that's going to work out fine for you, but there is something weird here with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. Can we get some oracle cards here? So you have the Heart Guardian, Drum, Hunter, Eagle. I'm hearing the word petty. Stargazer and Snake. Okay, so I think some of you, if this is not connected to love, I think warning shot from the universe, you have an opportunity to let something be. Like, that song, Let It Be, Let It Be? That song's coming into my head. You have an opportunity here to let something be. And I would say that somebody might be acting petty around you. This person might be a family member. I would say that this is something, there might be like a preventable argument or a preventable confrontation here. And I see you coming out on top of this situation. I also see you being extremely positive despite maybe having to deal with some type of a roadblock here. So this is what I have, strange reading. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.